Let me share with you how I made this delicious Mexican telera bread. This bread can be used for your tortas, any type of sandwich, or just on its own. It's super soft and fluffy and oh, so good. Here in my bowl, I have half a cup of warm water. Your water should be between 110 to 115 degrees. That way your yeast will activate. If your water is too cold or too hot, your yeast will not activate. To this, I'm going to add in 3 teaspoons of instant dry yeast and 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And with my whisk, I'm just going to whisk this together until it's well incorporated. I'm going to cover this with saran wrap. And I'm going to let it activate. And this is going to take between 5 to 10 minutes. In the bowl of my stand mixer, I'm going to add in 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and this has already been sifted. To my flour, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I'm going to just mix this together. And to this, I'm going to add 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, half cup of warm water, 1 large egg, and my activated yeast. If you do not have a stand mixer, you can definitely do this by hand, just following the same steps that I am showing you now. And with my dough hook, I'm going to start my mixer on a low, and then just for 1 minute, and then I'm going to higher it up to a medium, and then I'll continue to knead it for 10 minutes. If you see that your dough is too dry, like mine, just add little bits of water at a time. What you want to get is sticky dough, not dry. And after 10 minutes, your dough, like I said, should be sticky and it should not be dry at all. Now I'm just going to remove it from my bowl. And now I'm just going to knead it by hand for about 3 minutes. I've kneaded it for 3 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is divide these. You should be getting between 6 to 7 teleras out of this recipe. I'm going to be using my scale to measure them out evenly. And now I'm just going to form them into balls. And this is pretty easy just by tucking it on the top. And then you're going to roll it with your hand. And then with your both hands, just tuck it on the bottom while you're rolling it. And that's it. I'm going to add some flour. And I'm just going to start placing these on here. I'm going to just cover these with saran wrap. Now I'm going to let these rest for 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes, and now I'm going to grab one of my dough balls, and I'm going to just push it down, making it more this way. So you want to push your hand to that side and then push your hand to this side. And now with the help of a roller, a thin roller like this one, this is actually just my fondant roller, but it works for these. I'm just going to push down here and then push down on the other side too. And then it's going to look like this. And I'm just going to start placing these on my baking sheet that is lined with parchment paper. And here it is again, close up of how to form these teleras. It is really super easy. There's nothing to it. You're just going to press your hand to flatten the dough, and using a roller, you're going to press down on top and on bottom. And that is it. And now that I have formed all my teleras, I'm going to just cover them with some saran wrap. And I'm going to place these in a warm spot, which is my oven. I'm just going to preheat the oven, turn it off, and I'm going to stick these in there. And these are going to have to double their size. And it's going to take between 30 minutes to 40 minutes, so just keep an eye on them. After 40 minutes, these have doubled their size. And now these are going to go into a preheated oven. My oven was preheated to 380 degrees, and it's going to be about 25 to 30 minutes or until golden brown. After 20 minutes, the teleras are all done. It smells so good. And here it is, nice and golden brown, and they are ready to enjoy. And if you need an idea on how to use this bread, well, let me show you how I made my Chavo del Ocho torta. I added some mayonnaise to my bread and I toasted it, smothering on some refried beans. I'm going to be adding some guacamole. I toasted some ham, topping it with lettuce, onion, tomato, queso fresco, pickled jalapenos, and topping it off with the bun. And there you go, your torta. Enjoy!